No, once the song is over.
No, I meant now.
Say, your playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, your playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. Say, your playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. Say, your playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those toys at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever, 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 forever. Look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever, oh forever, oh forever, oh forever.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club with the Reset Girl. I feel like Kermit the Frog in the Muppet Show. Hi, everybody. I knew I reminded myself of something, but I couldn't remember what until just that moment. Do you remember how the Muppet Show would be the big grand finale? This is what we call the Muppet Show. And he would be like in the little... He'd be in the little center with his little crazy little hands. That's what I feel like right now. Not very classy, but definitely sassy. And so happy to see my playmates show up for the show. Yay! I'm always so happy that I'm not throwing a party for one. And that people actually show up. Hi, Sarah from Germany. Hi, Kelly, Paula. I saw some of my buddies on here. I'm so happy to see you. Miss Mallory from Australia. Always a pleasure to see you, because I know you are always on a different time than we are, and I have often gotten up at odd hours just to be with us, which we appreciate our Australian club members. So yes, I am officially wearing the Late Night Crafty Club t-shirt, which Mr. Crafty has made available. Yes, we have an official t-shirt. We're like, I guess you're not really an official club until you have the t-shirt, right? Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone on the live. So, more than likely you are watching this video as a replay, as that tends to work with more people's schedules. I'm very blessed to get people show up for the live, but I find that the majority of the viewers who watch this video are actually my replay watchers. So, and that goes for you guys in the chat room. Obviously, you guys pop in and out as you're able to. Sometimes you guys are actually out and about doing something. You're actually out on a Friday night, and sometimes we'll pop in, which I love. So, and I am having my friends here from Facebook and YouTube. You guys are all coming together in one glorious chat room on my end. So if you would prefer watching the video on YouTube, you can do that. You can go to the Reset Girl channel on YouTube, and there'll be like a little live, I think it's red, and then you can hop in there and there's a chat room. So the replay will be available on our YouTube channel after the show, and you can come back and watch if you were not able to stick through to the end. Mr. Crafty has this shirt available in white and black, right, Mr. Crafty?
Yes.
And it's in our shop, theresetgirl.com. So, the Crazy Crafting Creator Dude 1 is a new club member. I've not seen that name before. So what we'll be working on tonight is I'd let you guys all know that I was going to be doing my Crafty Club PlayBook tonight. Now, this is what I'm going to be doing. The wonderful thing about the club is that you guys can bring your own craft projects, your own, something perhaps you wanted to work on during the week, maybe some planning. You can work in your bullet journal. You can work in your playbook. You can work on whatever you would like to work on. Now, I do have a post in our Facebook group, the Reset Girls Crafty Club on Facebook. If you go in there, there is a post that is live now, and it'll say, hey everybody, during the show, what did you work on? And that way we can go back and see all the fun little projects everybody was working on. So, I personally like to see what you guys are up to while I'm doing stuff. And unlike last episode, where I spent most of the show with my hand in a bowl of milk because I had jalapeno oil on it and it was burning, this time I'm prepared to craft. I actually have been crafting today. I was crafting yesterday. I was getting in my crafty flow so that I could actually, just like come in hot, like I'm all in like craft mode. So I'm taking it seriously this time. We're not messing around. So yes, Scurry Girl, I'm happy that you were able to catch it live too. One of the reasons why I started this show in the first place, back in 2016 is because being an introvert and having gathered many, many introverts into my community, we often find ourselves at home on Friday evenings. And for whatever reason, Friday always had this special feeling to me, like I always wanted to do something, like maybe get a little crafty or something. It's kind of like the end of the work week and you're winding down. Everyone kind of treats Saturday like either a day of errands or a day of I'm doing nothing but lounging on the couch and binge watching. So Friday has this evening has this special feel to me. So I decided to start doing this show and hopefully invite many of my introvert friends who often find themselves home alone on a Friday or home with their sweetie on a Friday, but really wanting some kind of community and someone that they can kind of like. Hi, Edward. So Edward, hello, welcome back. So you threw me with your new name. So our friend Edward is back in the group. You guys might remember. We have two kind of like honorary dudes that join us girls, Franklin and Edward. And so when we went to Facebook for a while there, I think we kind of lost Edward. So I'm happy to see you back on the show. So I have been working here, getting all my stuff together, and kind of like really getting some ideas and stuff that I could show you guys what I've been doing in the book, because it is we're actually getting past the midpoint of February, so we are almost closing in on the end of February, and the new Crafty Playbook Spring Edition will be showing up about mid-March. That gives you plenty of time to get it printed out, set up in your however you're binding it. Everyone's different. And then you'll be ready to go, starting with your spring pages. So I'm getting super excited, you guys. I had kind of a slow start with my playbook, but I feel like now I'm starting to ramp up a little bit more with really wanting to get it done. And I think that was kind of my thought about having a playbook, is that it's in and of itself, it sort of creates that challenge within that, like, I want to finish all those pages, unlike when I look at my Hobonichi. Okay, so I did bite the bullet and I bought a Hobonichi, and I plan on doing the same stuff I do in my book. I plan on doing it very small scale. So this is going to be like a little mini art journal. But when I look at this and I watch each day pass, it's kind of like, wow, I'm getting more and more blank pages each day. I'm not filling it up. So I would say that this has kind of the opposite effect on me. It sort of makes me feel like I'm getting overwhelmed and getting kind of like so behind. What's the point? And I am determined not to do that all or nothing thinking. So what I decided is I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to do I'm not going to treat the pages as if they are like a date. I'm just going to jump in and craft it as I will, and they'll just have numbers that don't match. I'm not going to go by a date. I'm just using it for, it's like, just because it's so awesome and compact and cute. So, this was done on a smaller scale so that you were not having to craft every day, but you were getting a few things to do during each week. So like, first it's broken down by the winter season. So there's a few activities you have all winter to do. And then there's a few activities that you have to do during January. And then every week in January, there are 2 spreads for doing art journaling. I personally find art journaling to have the most loose structure, the easiest thing to do. You can be super minimal or you can be very, extravagant, depending on your mood, on your time, on your supplies. But what I wanted is, I wanted you guys to have something that felt like, here's where I'm going to, like, it's kind of like kindergarten, like where you're getting your skills kind of honed, like pasting and cutting and all that stuff we learned back in kindergarten. It's like, that's the kind of level that I see this as. It's kind of like, just, it's not a big deal if you mess up. It's not a big deal if you don't get it right, if the pages aren't perfect. This isn't the kind of, like, to me, this isn't the kind of stuff that I'm going to stress about. This is where I'm going to actually try some things. And I've been trolling Pinterest for different ideas and inspiration from different like niches out there, sometimes not even in the paper industry, but maybe like fashion or something, just whatever. And I actually came up with some ideas this week working in my book that I'm like super stoked about, and I'm going to share with you, because one of the struggles I have always had is with my memory keeping. I've always been very intimidated by it, like how to get my photos and then how to combine them with the stuff to make it pretty. How many of you guys struggle with that? Because it's like, it's like 2 different things you have to do. Take amazing photos, like capture it in an amazing way, tell a compelling story, and then make an amazing page to display it all. And my brain somehow has a hard time stringing all that together. So I had a little epiphany about it, and I wanted to share it with you, because I feel like it's kind of like a cheater's way of doing this. But when you guys see what I'm talking about, you'll be like, oh, it might appeal to some of you. So those of you who are jumping on at this point and you missed my earlier announcement, yes, we have an official t-shirt. They are available on the resetgirl.com. Mr. Crafty has them available. He got them all set up for you guys today. There are 2 shirts, 2 shirt options, I should say, black and white. And before I go further, I wanted to just clarify something about the shirt. So we are trying out this new platform because we are not personally manufacturing and shipping physical product at this time. So we were trying to get creative and find other ways to make stuff available. And luckily, there are a lot of companies popping up that are kind of helping businesses like ourselves, in that they're saying, hey, we'll do all the work for you. We'll print, we'll ship, we'll make it all possible. And we'll even integrate with your website. You can like just take our little plugin and stick it in your website and it'll look like it's part of your store, which we love. So the problem, with working with companies like that is you are limited to what they have selected for like the items that they'll offer, including t-shirts. So as much as like I love a feminine cut shirt with like either like a, what do they call those shirts? It's not the V-neck. It's like a scoop neck, but they don't call it a scoop neck. I can't think of what it is, but that tends to be my jam. I like those type of shirts, but I have to tell you, I've been very pleased with this. It is a unisex shirt, but it's much softer than some of the unisex shirts I've tried in the past. And it does have, like, it is very flattering. Like, the reason why I don't like unisex is because when you're a bigger girl, they tend to be like really big and you feel like you're swimming in them. They're not flattering, but I find that this one is flattering. And I really love it. I love the colors, especially with my Big Bird sweater. So crew neck, ballet neck, boat neck. I don't think any of those are what I'm thinking of. But crew neck. See, I think technically this is a crew neck. I used to work at one of these businesses that sold these shirts, and I used to have to know all of the details of a shirt. So you'd think I would know, but I have forgotten. Apparently I have ejected that data from my brain. So, but I really wanted to offer the shirt starting today because we were going to have the Late Night Crafty Club, and I love it. I'm going to get it in black too. I just think it's adorable. These are my delicious colors I love so much. And I wanted you guys to have, to have merch, right? Isn't that the fun part about being in a club, is having the t-shirt and the mug? So yes, there is actually a mug also that says the Late Night Crafty Club. We have some super fun designs that we're going to be adding to the store. I'm going to show you guys a couple things. So I have these like little kits that I'm making for people who come to my live events. I wanted them to have a very special little kit that I give them. So I'm not going to be giving like supplies to do actual crafting per se. It's more like, here's a bunch of fun merchandise that represents the Reset Girl brand and just like really special stuff. So here's an example. Like I got these little vinyl die cut stickers, and this one says the Guild of the Golden Scissors. Isn't that super cute? And it has like a fabric kind of like pattern in the background, so it looks like material. So I think this would be an adorable t-shirt. I would put this on a mug. So I'm going to make this available as a t-shirt as well because, right? Huzzah! Because how many of us have a pair of these scissors or many pair of these scissors? Because these scissors are amazing and I have been singing their praises. I've been giving them out at workshops. I absolutely love them. I swear by them. I insist every crafty person has one. If you do not own a pair of these are on the resetgirl.com/favorites. These are my favorite scissors, and they will change your craft life. You will not cut paper the same. They are just so delicious. So another fun and cute little word treatment is, it's a beautiful day for a reset. And I think that would make not only a fabulous t-shirt, but a fabulous mug. So these are going to be going in there. She's probably going to be just a mug. I think she might be a little awkward as a t-shirt, but she's a adorable honey. And she's got a little suitcase, living my best life. Isn't that adorable? So we also have like some coasters made. Those little thick ones for your craft space. And then we have all these fun like different kinds of cards. I had bookmarks made, and each little card represents either like my Faithful Life Club. It just represents like, here's something for the podcast. I had a card made for the Crafty Club PlayBook. I had one made for the community. This one is just a sweet little note I wanted people to read. Here's the Late Night Crafty Club. And then the reasons to join the Reset Girls Crafty Club. And right there, see, look, we have our, oops, sorry, wrong side. We have our own theme song. Isn't that adorable? These were all hand drawn by our illustrator, Vanessa, who is just the most talented girl ever. And so this is my fun little card that I give everybody. It's kind of like a big business card is how I treat it, so that people will know you are more than welcome to join our club and be part of our craft world, because we have so much fun. And then, later we'll have the Late Night Crafty Club after hours. Okay, so I'm actually getting a bit warm. How about, we have just started doing merchandise for that shop, so there's a lot of things we have not explored or looked into. I just picked a couple easy buttons, like a shirt and a mug. So there'll be other things that are coming. I just need to spend more time looking at them. Trust me, because I have something coming, and I want to find just the right product for it. But I'm going to show you guys. I usually reserve my sneak peeks for the Late Night Crafty Club. So I'm going to be adding on a new Facebook group to the Reset family, and it's the Reset Girls Healthy Life Club. It is not open yet. I am still working on it, but I wanted to show you guys that it's coming, and we're going to have a t-shirt, of course, and hopefully a cool water bottle. So I am going to be, mentioned this in the last Late Night Crafty Club. I was kind of filling you guys in on how I feel like my brand and my purpose and the things that I've been working on, I just kind of want to expand them past just crafting, because, you know, sometimes I don't feel especially crafty, and then I feel like it's kind of like I wish I could share other stuff I was doing with you guys, but I feel a little awkward because I've sort of established myself as this kind of like crafty planner brand. So today I actually went back. I went onto Instagram, you guys. It's been months and months, and I finally went on Instagram and I posted and I shared with everybody my plan is how I'm going to be sharing more of my little health and wellness journey, and every single day that goes by, I think to myself, you know, I wish I could show everybody like what I made for lunch. I wish I could show a picture of me and Mr. Crafty doing our laps around the thing, because I want to, you know, inspire us. This group is the majority of this group is Generation Xers. That's just the facts. I embrace all of my generations, but the majority of us are that age group in this particular community. So I know that as we start getting into our 40s, and although we are feeling fabulous, I have to tell you, I love being in my 40s. I never imagined I would say that, but I feel like I'm a better person. I just feel like I'm more wise. I feel like I have things are starting to really gel together. I feel like I got kind of a late start in life because I was such a young mom. You know, I had a baby when I was 19, and I felt like for like the next 20 years, my focus was about that little kid and raising her into a good human being, and not so much myself. Like I feel like I was just sort of disjointed in a way. And I didn't realize it until I didn't have her anymore. And all of a sudden I was like, what do I do with myself? I don't even know what I would do. I don't know how to even make decisions that are just like, they're just for me. This is just my life. It doesn't affect anybody else. So that was kind of an epiphany for me. And as I've rolled into my 40s, I have been really loving my 40s and how my life has turned out. My 40s ended up being the best decade of my life. So, and I think if we were to take a poll, which please chime in, my lovely Gen X sisters, please, most of us will agree. And if you're in your 50s or 60s, whatever age you're at, if you feel like you're just rocking life right now, please share. But I honestly would say this to the girls in their 20s. Somehow, I don't know if it's society that does it or marketing or what it is, but somehow there's this thing about how like getting older is horrible, and you know your body's going to look the best when you're 20. I don't personally agree with that. I don't even think like movie stars look their best in their 20s. When I look at Jennifer Aniston, she is like my best example. I think she looks amazing in her 40s. Yeah, she's pretty in her 20s, but she's amazing now. You get better as you get older. Now, some of us might have thickened up. We might have gotten, put weight on ourselves. And that might be like our greatest hindrance from living our best life. And I feel like that's what it is for me. So all that being said is I just really wanted to just, I'm throwing out another little Facebook group. It's I see it as kind of temporary, because my greatest goal is to get our Reset Girl, like our community membership happening. And that would take the Healthy Life Club, and I would roll it into that. So rather than wait for all of that to happen, that's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I just want to get this going because I am really trying to make things happen on the daily basis. And sometimes just getting, just sharing that with your friends and getting a high five and being like, me too. Just having that little thing each day can help, because some of us are really struggling. And a lot of us, when we have tried to lose weight or when we've tried to get healthy, however you want to word that, it has been a serious challenge. And oftentimes we'll hang in there for a few days. And then as soon as we fail, we have a bad day, a cheat day, we do something off that we completely quit. A lot of us have an all or nothing mentality. And I'm telling you, I have made so many like better choices. I have like changed so much of that bad mentality. I feel like I'm turning things around for myself. Not saying that I get it perfect every day, but I feel like I have really been walking in this. This is a marathon. It's not a race. I'm not trying to just lose weight by a deadline. I'm trying to walk this out every day. And for some of us who have struggled with weight our whole lives, when you sit there and try and make changes like this, it becomes a minute by minute situation. And you girls who, were chubby little girls when you were young, you know what I mean. Like, it is really hard to turn the ship around when you have been chubby, fat, overweight your whole life. It's hard. Food is not your friend sometimes, even though we've tried to make it be. So these are all the things I want to talk about and have fun. I'd love to do like a little live show like we're doing tonight, our little craft show. I would love to do that for the Healthy Life Club. So I'm not dispensing advice. I just really want this to be a club about us encouraging each other. And hey, if some of you guys are like, hey, we're doing Weight Watchers, I'm doing keto, I'm doing paleo, I'm a plant eater. So my fellow plant eaters, my fellow girls that are trying to become plant eaters, it's hard. So I just thinking that, we have such a fantastic community. It would just be wonderful if those are your struggles, that you have an opportunity to sort of, bond together and kind of like work it out. I actually found this on Etsy and I am so in love with it. It's so cute. I'm going to turn this into like an altered book, like a junk journal. I think I actually want to go ahead and cut the covers off of it and make it like a Dear Diary kind of junk journal I don't know, I want to kind of take more pictures and stuff of my progress, and I thought this would be really fun. So I got this for myself to kick off this whole new thing, and it's so adorable. It has the cutest little illustrations in it. Oh, isn't that fun? So I definitely, I'm ready for a new healthy life. So I'm going to be getting this little Healthy Life Club set up, and it will probably be very similar to the Crafty Club. So I'm going to do it so that the posts need to be admin approved. I want to be very careful in the beginning about everyone posting things. I just, when something's new, you just need to be a little cautious. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page about reading rules and how we operate in that group. I personally enjoy a little bit more organization because it makes it more easy to find things, easy to find each other, and it's not just a bunch of bleh posts everywhere, like it all exploded. So so that's what we're doing. And Suzanne asked, where did I get my awesome glasses? These came from Zenni Optical. Zenni Optical. And I can't remember. I don't think they were like a particular brand. Sometimes they'll have like brand names. But I don't think this was. I think this was just one of their I don't call them generic glasses, but one thing I love about Zenni Optical is they are very, very inexpensive. I don't even use insurance for them because they're so inexpensive to get. I don't even bother. I don't even know if my insurance would cover it. I think that there's something weird with our insurance. I think that's why I just handle it that way. Hi, Children Director. I'm so glad you made it to a live event. For those of you who are joining us for the show for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to come live. Tonight, I will actually be crafting. Last night, or the last show, it was the Chatty Club. This time it will be crafting. For real. I just wanted to do a little sneak peek, a little promo, talk a little bit about the health club that is coming. We are going to be working in our playbook tonight, but you can feel free to grab any kind of craft that you want to work on. Sometimes you guys have, things just kind of piling up stuff you want to do, like work in your planner. You totally do not have to do what I'm doing, but this is why I made the playbook. Is A, we would always have something to work on in the Late Night Crafty Club. B, by the time the year is over, you'll have this big, fluffy, delicious book that's like full of all the stuff that you crafted because you kind of pushed yourself a little harder and you had a little bit more direction. Sometimes I feel like when you're kind of like, just, I don't know what I want to craft. There's just too many ideas, too many things. So I think that is a big reason why the playbook I feel is so special, is because it has prompted activities. There's stuff in here that you can do that you know exactly what to do, and it takes some of the guesswork out of it. How many of us actually did the word search? I did it. Let's see, I did it on the 13th. It took a while. It was very, very hard. And I have been rocking my bingo. Look, I'm almost done. All I have left is just to share a spread, post in the club, and do a planning sesh. So I'm almost done. But I was thinking I wanted to show you guys something. I feel like this is a little bleh. It's like a little boring. It's not fun enough. So I have a 1-inch square punch, and I was thinking I'm going to punch up some paper and then just fill the little squares with little squares, with smaller squares, and maybe some word strips, like squares and word strips. I always do the layering circles and word strips. So maybe it'll be different. Wow, the Reset Girl is very helpful with exact links to my glasses. Thank you, Mr. Crafty.
Absolutely.
Sandra said she did the word search. It took her a couple days. Mallory said it was so much fun. Jennifer says that she did so well in January, but has not done well in February. I have the opposite problem. I did not do well in January, but I'm doing great in February. So I'm going to go back. That's the great thing, you guys. You can adjust any of this. It does, just because it says February on the top of the page, you don't have to do it in February, obviously. I set that up so that you kind of were given a little bit of structure to feel like, here's all the stuff I have to do in February, to feel accomplished. So, but yeah, you have until spring to work on all of this. So I am going to go back and, like, for instance, I never did my Dear Winter letter, which I am definitely going to do. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to walk you through my playbook so far, what I have done or not done. I was coloring a honey. I never did this page. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to turn the camera and have you do a top-down look. Enjoy your dinner, Gina. I'm going to have Mr. Crafty help me out there. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now you guys can see my pages, because I'm gonna do a walkthrough of them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start crafting. And you don't even have our regular lights.
I don't do that when you're doing your...
Oh, but you don't... It seems like okay right now.
Yeah, I'll put them on now.
Oh. I was going to say they were bright enough. My nails look terrible, you guys. I just did not get to the nail salon and get them done. So I'm sorry. It's one of my little pet peeves, is having nice nails for the shows. And I feel terrible that I don't. Hi, Caroline. I see you say hello, the Reset Girl. Dion says the word search was hard. She had to have her husband help her. Girl, that word search was hard. I don't have an answer key. I used a computer program. You just feed it the list of words and then it spits out the word search. So I didn't even know what the answers were, and it was hard. I promise you guys to not make them so hard next time. Claire says it's the first time she gets to see us live. Yay! I'm so sorry that you always have to watch it later. You're stuck in a hotel in, I can't pronounce that town, with no Wi-Fi. And now you're wide awake and unable to watch the whole show. I'm glad that you're going to be catching us on the replay. And hi, Anne from Azle, Texas. I'm in a suburb outside of Dallas, Texas, but this is such a huge state. I may as well be in a different state. Okay. So, oh, bye, Lady J. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Okay, so here, I'm just going to start here. So here's a spot that I haven't finished. Here's the Dear Winter letter and the vision board for winter, which I had an inspiration for this today. I just need to execute. So, then I went ahead. These are the pages I did in the Late Night Crafty Club the first night that, this, book came out. So this was, at the time, this was all I had done, was these 2 pages. So I started coloring these today. Although now I realize that when you color...
Today marks the first
oh
day
my
of
gosh,
the 16th season of Dr.
scared
Phil.
me.
Back in the very
so
beginning,
bad.
almost 3,000 episodes ago, I pledged to use this platform to focus on the
Dr.
hidden epidemics in
Phil.
America.
It's on here.
Sorry, Dr. Phil just interrupted our show.
How rude.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I jumped. Is everyone okay? Has anyone spilled anything? Are we okay? And yes, Claire, there are plans to come to the UK. Miss Paula of Crafty Destinations is actually working that out. I believe that is something we are hoping to do in 2020, is come to the UK, because I love, love, love England. Okay, I'm drinking some tea tonight. This is my tea I'm drinking. The cinnamon, ginger, vanilla, chai tea. Mr. Crafty, are you having some troubles over there?
I'll turn off the Bluetooth.
You're really not, you're not really helping my show right now.
I'm not helping the show? But it's the Chuckle Show.
Okay. All right. So what I was saying is, when it comes to like coloring and putting down a lot of color, if you have bumpy things on the other side of the page, I notice that it does kind of take on the outlines and stuff. So that's something I will probably think about doing. This time, like this month when I went and did the girls, I did them totally different. This was hard. I'm not going to lie. This was not the easiest method, but I actually cut out their dresses out of paper. I probably made it way harder than it needed to be. Hi, Christine. And Barbara asked, can you buy that book? And absolutely you can. It is in theresetgirl.com. There is right on the homepage, there is a link for the Crafty Club PlayBook. It looks like that. And that is what I made it for, is for you guys to be able to craft with me. So where on Facebook is the show? You're on YouTube. Maria, you would need to be inside of our, actually, I believe it gets aired on the Reset Girl page. So if you were to look, just type in the Reset Girl, on Facebook, it should bring up my business page. And I believe that's where we, air the live. And then we link it into both of our, well, one of our groups. So, anyway, I was saying that I tried this method. Instead of coloring them in, I decided to cut out some clothes for them. And I would be very curious to watch all of us do this, because I bet you anything I made it a lot harder than it needed to be. It was a lot of eyeballing it too, because obviously, like I was, let me see here. I'll show you. I'm not sure. So I was laying the paper down, and then I would start sketching on the paper where the little lines of her dress were going, and kind of eyeballing it. And then I would I'd hold it here and kind of do this. And then I started cutting pieces of it away so I could see how close I was. I don't know. I'm not sure how else you would do it. Okay, so let's go back. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. I don't have much. Like I said, in January I actually accomplished enough to get this far in my bingo. I haven't done my maze. I did that much of my gratitude. I did this page for memory keeping, but I feel like this is still a little not complete, so I will probably finish that. This one still needs to be done. And then this is the one I did in a late night Crafty Club before the jalapeno incident. So this was about my word for the year. And you will remember, like, when you get the playbook, you get a page of prompts. So you can choose whatever prompts you want to do. And you don't even have to do mine. If these don't sing to you, you can just make up your own. And Christine, yes, I noticed that you added paper to your dresses too when I saw your post. And you did it, yours look a little different from mine. I feel like yours blend better into their bodies. So I was very curious how you had done yours, because I felt like mine were not as seamless. You just brought it all together and yours look amazing. If you want to see what Christine did with her paper doll honeys, you could follow her on Instagram, the Pink Barlow, Barlowe, and you can see she's been posting a lot about the playbook actually. And Christine has the most delicious eye candy photos, so it will be completely worth it. So this is what I did today. I actually love this little spread, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So this is crafty inspiration is this prompt. I wanted to do something very simple. I just ripped some paper and added one of the pages from like one of my ephemera packs of vintage paper. This is actually an art journal, like an album from Brandy Kincaid from her blog. I loved it so much. So I just I printed out her picture, cut it out, and then laid it here because this is about crafty inspiration. Another little binder that I loved is Rachel Denbow. I bought her 52 weeks of art journaling class, and this is a picture from it, and I printed it and cut it out and tucked it in the pocket. In this little pocket here, I have on the back all my Pinterest boards that I made up for inspiration, and on this side are all the girls that I really love following on Instagram or YouTube, people whose style I really appreciate or love. So that's what this was a tribute to, was what is my crafty inspiration, because sometimes you need that help. It's really easy to feel stuck or not know what to do. And sometimes when you look at other people and how they do things, it kind of unsticks you, because you're like, okay, well, I'll just emulate those, those steps, just like what you guys do here. If I happen to do something and you go, oh, I love the way that looks, you just follow what I do step by step, and there you go. So this one was what life looks like. So this was the last thing I was working on before the show started. So I was just going to do this very simple little layout here. I just literally grabbed scraps from my stash. I focused on the color and not really the pattern or design, just how they looked color-wise. This card was in one of my ephemera packs. I love this blue. It's so beautiful and it just pops. So I'm actually going to add my art journaling right here. The journaling right here. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that in a second, because it'll give you an idea. And then I added a little honey to this page. So it's going to be a very simple page. This is the January. I've come back to start working on these because I didn't do any January. And then here's my February girls. I embellished them with my little layering circles and gumballs, some washi. I even embellished my documented page. I was putting, trying to just make it more fun. My little things I was documenting is how many times, obviously, we get our crafty on, your self-care. So these were the 2 blank ones, and I decided to track how often I was calling my mom. Because it's easy when you're away from your family. It's easy for like one day after another to just kind of blend. I'm used to living away from my family, and with my dad, with my dad gone now, I'm much more sensitive to my mom being alone. So I try and make sure like I'm tracking how often I'm checking in with her, calling her. I let too much time kind of slip here. So I want to make a habit of that. It's just not something I was ever like, I did daily, and I love my mom so much. Like, I just think she's so fantastic that I want to get in the habit of making sure I'm doing it more often. You can even be introverted with your own family. Like, I get very introverty, and I have a hard time even like calling my own mother sometimes. Isn't that terrible? And then another thing was walking, was tracking that. So those were my two things I was doing. And then here was my listing. And again, I embellished all of these. I thought this was more fun. Just some simple little stickers. I added my Sammy to how I was doing there. Oops! Don't look! Look away! Look away! I'm doing good on my gratitude. I'm making sure to do it every day. This was the day I got my manicure, so you can see everything's grown out. So I've been on track to getting this done, and so I'm really grateful for that. So here were the two memory keeping pages. I did this, an ode to my friend Kelly Bangs. This was an ode to our new health journey. So this picture is very funny. You'll notice Mr. Crafty's got his back to me, and I'm face forward. So we are going to this little park nearby, and it's got like a little, like a track that you walk basically. So I walk slower than he does because I have shorter legs, right?
You're fun size.
I'm fun size, as Mr. Crafty says. So we decided in order to like walk together, but not really like mess each other up, we would just walk opposite directions. And that way we'll pass each other, and which is fun because every time we pass each other, I like high five him, or like he'll do husband stuff. And so that was me taking a picture of showing him like we had just passed each other, and I thought it was really funny. It's fun. So this has been hard. It's hard. It's hard when you've been sedentary for months upon months upon months, years. Let's face it. It's been years that I've been very sedentary. So starting a walking routine is hard. We have been very imperfect about it, but part of it's been the crazy weather. And I feel like as soon as the rain starts falling and it's cold, I'm like, I just want to stay inside and be cozy. I get dressed to go walking every single day, but that does not always happen. But I had a lot of fun. I've been kind of like experimenting with putting boxes around my words. I've been really liking the way that looks. Always love me a honey and a cluster of layering circles. So I was busting stuff out of my stash, like my really, my classic little emojis from my, when we had the physical store. So this was my first art journaling spread. This was from week 1. This was this year's goal, which is to lose 70. Well, it was 75 pounds, but when I did this, I'd already lost 70. So actually I'm 15 pounds down, you guys. So 1 is my word for the year. I took this photo with the intention of knowing I was going to add stickers to it, like add text to it. This is actually not a sticker. This is actually like text on my phone. So that was one thing I actually practiced, like doing my photography, was that I was going to make sure that I styled it in a way that I could add text. So this was an easy one because it's just like, the cement that I was standing on. I love taking pictures of my feet. I don't know. It just fills me with joy. I love it. So here was that. I did some journaling here, and then I pulled out my magazines. I saw a question earlier in the Facebook group about what kind of magazines do people grab. So I have always kind of gravitated towards magazines that are like, especially for layouts that have to do with this, like I'm going to document my health. Obviously, I'm going to gravitate towards more like fitness, like Women's Health, fitness magazine. A great place to go are thrift stores. Oftentimes thrift stores, especially the ones that are like, they're for charity. They'll accept so many things to sell, including magazines. And I buy magazines cheap. I don't care if they're from the 90s or the 2000s. I'm just trying to grab images, you know, that I'm going to do this with. And in this way, I kind of like covered her face a little bit and gave her a beautiful headdress. But I really felt like she kind of just embodied the idea of transformation, which was my prompt. She just looks like, oh, just like, you know, like that Diana Ross song, I'm coming out. So, and she's got a gorgeous body. So I felt like she's perfect to represent transformation. You know, I want to feel like that inside, you know, even if I don't look that way, I want to feel that inside, that I feel like that girl. So I wanted to do a spread based on that. And then this was a movie quote, which, I don't know about you guys if you've done this spread yet, but for me, I have like one movie quote. It's my favorite movie quote of all time. And it's from the movie The Story of Us, which has Bruce Willis and Michelle Pfeiffer in it. And he's kind of giving like, it's a really cute movie. I think Rob Reiner did it. If you've not seen it, you should, especially if you're married. It can be a hard movie to watch. I feel like it's not like a comedy. It's definitely more of like an emotional drama-ish, a lighthearted drama. How about that? But he says, there is no greater feeling in the whole world than to feel gotten. And I think, especially if you are an INFP and you are listening to my words right now, that you are probably nodding your head, because I feel like, to me, that is like my very core essence. It's why I think I fell so deeply in love with Mr. Crafty, is because he was the first person I've ever met in my whole life that I felt like he got me. That all the weird things about me, he embraces. All the things I think would make me quirky, he thinks are adorable. I tell him all the time that God put little blinders on him. But this was a picture of us going for a walk when we were first dating. And so I went through my photo roll trying to find a picture from the good old days to use for this, because that's exactly how I felt when we first started dating, is that feeling of, oh my gosh, this guy actually gets me. So I tried doing some paint. I just used like ledger paper. My favorite thing in the world is to do stuff on ledger paper. So I threw some of that in there. And then I have, this prompt is good memories. For me, one of my best memories of my whole life is my graduation day from college in 2013. My father took this picture, which is even more special to me because I had no idea I was going to lose him like just 4 years after this photo was taken. He was my photographer. He was such a good sport. He was like walking me around the campus all over the place to take these great pictures. And I have my little nerd glasses on. My mom got that laid for me from Hawaii. She had it, overnighted to me to get to wear it for graduation. And it was like the best moment of my life, is feeling redeemed, feeling like all those years of struggle being a single mom and always feeling behind, and like I just wasn't as successful as my peers. And I finally got to do that when I was going through my reset. Like, this was the culmination of being the reset girl. Was I graduated college summa cum laude, and I'll never forget that moment the rest of my life. No matter what challenges I face, whatever happens in the future, I know that I'm equipped to deal with them because I did something I never really thought I could do. And so I wanted to use that in my spreads to kind of remind me, and also as a memory of my father, because this was really special. He was who I wanted to make proud before anybody else in my life was my dad. So that was really nice that he was there. I Heart You is this prompt, and you guys, I don't know about you, but how I feel like I learned stuff about New York City and like appreciated it and like got like caught up in New York City was because of watching I Love Lucy, which is funny because it wasn't even filmed in New York, but it was supposed to be set there. So I wanted to do this ode to New York City, especially because I found this paper in my stash. It's from Tim Holtz, and it's like a vintage layout of New York City. So this is what I did, and this is how the whole idea got started in my head of like what I'm going to do from now on. So I personally think that one of my holdups is, even though I love taking pictures, trust me, I love taking photos, and I think I take decent ones, but sometimes I feel like some other photographers have done it better. And rather than sit there and try and find like the perfect photo I've taken, I thought, you know, I'm going to go through my Pinterest boards. I have a whole board dedicated to New York City. So I went through there and I found some that I liked, including this little fashion photo here. Mr. Crafty and I had our engagement pictures taken right in front of this building right here. So I found that. I found this one, which I thought was really cool. New York State of Mind. It's like, this is part of the photo. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and print these off on my little photo printer, which I showed you guys that I have the new Epson. It's the PictureMate 400, and I'm starting to learn how to use it, and it's so delicious. I'm so in love with it. This was my biggest hang up about doing memory keeping, was not knowing how to do the photos. And so it really, it kind of messed me up. So let me see. I'm not sure if I'll even be able to show you because I honestly do not know how to use this thing very well. Darn it. I thought it would be easier. Yes. Home. I was trying to see if they would show like all the photos I had already done this to, and I guess they don't. It doesn't keep a record. Darn. Okay. Anyway, I printed these out on my little photo printer. Like I did, these papers are, these are matte. This is like photo paper, and it feels like regular cardstock really, but I printed 4 of them on one little sheet using the app. And then I cut them out and then did this little, I even did that on it too. So I did all 4 of these on one sheet, cut them, and then made a spread about New York City with them. And I'm like, from now on, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to just grab pictures that I like, just from my own personal, you know, crafting, not anything I would try to sell or anything like that, but just for my own self. So, Maria, I was just saying that very same thing. I was repeating what Maria was asking. She's asking if I like it better than the selfie. I do own the selfie too. I will say yes, I actually do. Hi, Celeste. I do like it better than the selfie. They both have pros and cons, but I feel like it's a lot easier to use, and it uses up less space. The way that the selfie is set up with that extra cartridge, you have to have more desk space to get it on this. So Fam Rendon, I'm so glad you feel like I get you. Isn't being gotten the best? It's the best. And I feel like when us introverts, like we sit here on the show together and I talk about that those kind of little introverty things, I feel like that's why we bond so well, is because I feel like we're the ones who feel the most not gotten or understood, because we feel like I'm just weird, and that's not really true. So that's what I love about my show and about my community, is how many introverts have found a home here. And yes, we love our extroverted sisters. You guys are so important, because we have to have someone to watch while we sit on the sidelines. So we need you guys, very much so. But it's really wonderful to have this community. And hi, Miss Shar, I'm so happy to see you. I can't remember the last time I saw you in a late night crafty club. I'm happy to see your little face. So there was a smashed prompt from the bingo challenge. One of these little challenges, one of the prompts I should say. And I think it was this, oh, here it is, smashed. So for smashed, I just took an extra piece of scrapbook paper and punched it. I embellished, I tore the edge. I added a photo. This is from my Pinterest roll. Let me show you how cute this is. It's like a little vintage photo. It's like from the 50s or something. And I just added that to the edge. Isn't that so cute? So to me, this is sort of like smashing something in there. Smashing can be something you like attach to the page. Like, let's say you want to add like an envelope with like receipts in it. just for the sake of demonstrating. Like, let's pretend this is, okay, that's a terrible little envelope. Here. Let's say I want to glue this down and with little stuff in it from my trip to New York City. That's kind of like smashing something in. I add receipts or something. That's kind of smashing it in. You're kind of smashing it into your book. So to me, adding extra little pages like this is the same thing as smashing. I cut out a map that has no relevancy to New York City, but sometimes I just focus on color to do my crafting. So that's what I did here. And I loved kind of like setting the picture off of the torn page. I thought that added a lot of interest. And on the back of it, I pasted a girl from a vintage magazine that had the same blues as the heart. This photo is all about she traveled so far is the prompt. And I've had this picture on my Pinterest board for, if you guys remember, the collection in 2016 called, what was that collection called? It was the road trip one, where you go on a road trip. Mr. Crafty, do you remember the name of that collection we did that Stowe did? That was actually a boy, graphic designer, illustrator that did that collection. And I thought it was really cute. I for some reason, I am totally blanking on the name. Okay. Scenic Route. Thank you very much. Thank you, Angela. So Scenic Route was that one. That's what this came from, was the inspiration board that I made for it. And so that picture was really cute, and I wanted to use that in this because I decided, why do I need to take a picture of me? I can just feature a picture that represents traveling. So I did this little ode to the Lord and how he has helped me travel this crazy path, no matter how many times I've moved, over 26 times in my adult life. And yet here I have found myself now living in an RV, which is like the epitome of traveling around. So that is the art journaling I did for that. So here are my last 2 blank pages before March starts. So I thought this would be a good one to do. However, I need to finish up this one here. Let's see. So I'm just going to finish this one because I wanted to show you this quick little thing that I figured out, and then I'll do those last 2 pages. So this particular one is what life looks like. And I feel like life has looked this particular way that I'm about to document since January. So what I did is I typed up some kind of like simple little, I don't know, reflective statements, I would say. And then I printed them out onto paper. I did it in typewriter. And then I'm cutting them out. Like, I call these like little fortune strips. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. And it's going to look really, really cute. Okay. So what my life looks like right now is quiet days with lots of self-reflection. So as you remember, when I was talking to you guys about camp and how I had made a lot of, I did a lot of praying about it and a lot of thinking, you know, how I wanted to kind of do things and stuff. So I felt like what I did was kind of quiet and still myself and sort of like, kind of come to that conclusion with the help of my sweet friend Angela, who is oh so patient, helping me try and put camp together, and then come to the realization, hey, I am thinking that there's a reason why this is just really hard. So it's going to look a little bit like a poem maybe, but not exactly.
Yep, took care of that.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking. Oh, thanks, Mr. Crafty.
You're welcome.
our fun crafting, our like jazzy crafting music went away. Hi, Victoria. So if you guys want to, I have actually been spending some time on my Pinterest lately. I've been reorganizing it and getting it all cleaned up. And one of the things that I did is I took my crafty inspiration pages and I made them into different boards. So if you guys want to go look on the Reset Girl on Pinterest, I have some really good boards for different types of crafting. I don't know how you guys collect your craft inspiration, but I personally find YouTube to be awesome. And you can save stuff that you see on Instagram. You can save those images to your Pinterest board.
Paula Gresham says she loves that orange.
Paula says she loves the orange. I love orange and blue so much. This is actually like pink. It's not reading very pink in the light right now, but it is very pink. So this one's kind of long and it's going to actually kind of come over the card a little bit. So this is another type of art journaling. If you want to get a little fancier and make it look typewriter-y, you can get a free typewriter font and snip up your thoughts like this, and then kind of add them to your page rather than write. Obviously, writing something out is probably the easiest. I don't love my handwriting, but I've made peace with it. I don't want to not do something because I'm too concerned about my handwriting. I think we get very envious of handwriting because in our community, which is, a lot of planners and journaling, you're exposed. You're seeing so much handwriting and it's easy to be like, my handwriting sucks.
Gina loves the sound of those scissors.
Oh, these scissors are so good. Hi, Miss Monica.
Is it open mic yet?
Is it open mic? Mr. Crafty is dying to crash our club. He's like, is it open mic? The vocal stylings of Mr. Crafty.
Indeed. In
his comedy show. So Kelly, when I texted you earlier and asked you for the name of the typewriter font we've been using lately, this is why. I had to get this printed out really fast. Okay. This is too long. Okay. Did I have one more? Okay, I did not have any more. That was it. Okay, so there you go. There's my fancy art journaling and a very simple little page. And I got this inspiration from my Pinterest board. I'm trying to remember whose style this is. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, but it's the paper, the.paper.bear, B-E-A-R, the paper bear. Am I right about that? I can't remember. But I think that's where this came from. She has a lot of these layouts where she does like just little simple scraps. So that was my take on it. And I love it. Love, love, love. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead back to present day. Moving forward. Yes. Okay. So here is the very last spread of February. And if you have your playbook, I hope that you are working in it right now. Let's finish February strong. When we are switching over to the spring edition, and where Shirley, if you go on the internets and you just type in free typewriter font, there are so many awesome typewriter fonts. One typewriter font that I have loved for a very long time is F25. It's capital F like Frank and then 25. But you can type in free typewriter font into Google and you will see, you'll see it all. There's so many delicious ones out there. All different.
Like F26. That one's amazing.
Are we funny tonight?
I don't know. I don't know that I can achieve what I did last time, so I'm almost wondering if I should just leave, you know, leave well enough alone. No, I had my day in the sun. All's well.
Okay, so let's jump in. I pulled out, let's see here. That's blank paper. Okay, so I have some, let's see here. I have, where did I do mine? They're right here. I literally just touched them. Okay, so here are the remaining parts of my prompts that I'm working from. And I gotta tell you, sometimes I feel like the last couple spreads, I've just sort of, I've just really literally kind of started working and then figured out what the prompt was going to be. In this case, I have someday. So I think with someday, I was planning on doing a photo. So I can show you, I can do a demonstration, a live demo of using my little printer and how awesome and easy, because I am not super tech savvy and I was able to figure it out without having to like read any directions because I just honestly do not want to read directions.
Right.
Okay, so I have this Better Homes and Gardens sewing book, and basically I'm just I'm going to use it for a different purpose. I don't need the actual directions or anything. So I'm just going to be taking out, ooh, isn't that pretty green? I'm just going to be using the pages in it to craft with. And I just wanted to find a good, something good in here that I could just use as a background. Look at that mustard yellow. Yummy. So far they've got a lot of they've got some Reset Girl colors going on. These are pages to just talk about types of fabric. I really like these colors. Ugh. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one out and use it as a background. Or maybe I will. Let me see here. I will also say this because I've kind of noticed that I tend to struggle with this up here or this down here. If it means that it's going to get covered, I think it's okay. But what I actually don't like about this is I feel like this is competing with this. So I'm going to see over here. But I'm going to be okay covering that. I'm not going to let that hang me up from using too big of a piece of paper. But there is something to be said about, ooh, that one's better. I just feel like that's competing. I don't know why I feel that way. Let me see what happens when I put it over here. I kind of want to just just use this part of the thing. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm making an executive decision. I'm actually just going to move this to this page and not use it for what I thought I was going to. Okay, and lately I've been liking torn paper. So I'm gonna tear it up.
Crazy Crafting wants to know what type of rings those are. Are they tulle?
These disc bound, the little discs.
Yeah, those Amazon link for, right?
They came from Amazon, and I believe them. I'm trying to remember what is the main what is the manufacturer that I tended to buy a lot of them from? I feel like Tool, T-U-L is one of them. Levenger also makes the metal discs. Happy Planner, I believe, makes a metal version too, but I don't know, nor have I tried them. I usually just stick with this, the one that Mr. Crafty's grabbing from the, he's grabbing it from the internets right now. Okay. I know what I said that I'm going to work on the other thing, but I just think that looks really good together. Okay, I'm just going to leave this here, and then I really, really want to get these last 2 pages done, so let's stop distracting myself. And I'm reaching into a box right now that's full of paper, and I'm just grabbing scrapbook paper, another glue stick. It's gone on to glue stick heaven. It served me well. Okay. So I ripped up some paper. I got pretty bold there. I just grabbed paper and glued it down. I didn't even really have a plan for it. And hopefully I'm going to find other paper that works well with it. Because I just made a very bold assertion that I've, you know, picked something. I like this, how it looks like a cloudy sky. Okay, I'm just going to put that there. You'll notice that the playbook has like small little elements already built into the pages. And our recent release has more of those elements that you can like print out on clear stock or white paper and add to your pages. It's like, I think it's called Stamp 11. But that's where they came from, is like this one is right there. So if you like that, I love stuff like this. It adds like texture to me. Then, well, it doesn't add texture to me. It adds texture to the page. Okay, so I am grabbing my little, I have my photo printer on. I am grabbing, let me see here. So I'm going to Pinterest. So this is an example of how I would do this page. I'm going to my boards. And I have a board called Home Front. I have the wrong glasses on right now, so I feel like I can't even read this. Okay, Home Front. So Home Front has DIY home sheet, the home sweet future home, RV living, bedroom product, tiny style home. The reason why I am on this page is because someday I wanted to do, here it is. I want to do a picture of a home. And I have this one home that's very iconic to me. I've put it on all of my vision boards. It sort of represents my little, okay, I need to switch my glasses. I can barely see what I'm doing. I love having to switch between readers and glasses because Isn't that so cute, that little tree house? Could you imagine having like a little tree house in your backyard like that? Wouldn't that be so fun? I absolutely love looking at this board. It just like, one day. Like, isn't that so cute? Look how adorable that is. And I want to look at something like that in my Crafty Playbook. I'm getting close. I can see some of the other photos that were kind of in that same. What Mr. Crafty and I talk about and dream about is having like a type of like property that would be like a retreat property, where you could have retreats and have people come to your property. Isn't that so delicious? So, I know it's here. Okay, you know what though? Just to make this go a little faster, because you guys are all like, okay, we get it. Seen one house, seen them all. I tend to gravitate towards the little houses. I'm a little house person. Now that I've been in the RV, I see the light when it comes to simple living, like a smaller footprint, just not having a big giant house. I'm so into it now. I don't think I could do a tiny house, but I definitely can imagine doing a small one. So this is another iconic picture to me, but I feel like it's a little dark. When it gets printed out, it's going to get printed out dark. Okay, so I'm going to take this picture because I think that is delicious. So I'm going to tap those little 3 dots where it says download image, and then saved. Thanks, Apple. And then I'm going to go to my little Creative Print app, and I'm going to hit new. And in this case, I'm going to do 2 photo, like a 2 photo layout. I'll just find another photo to print out. Because I want to make sure I leave room for the journaling too. So there it is. I'm going to hit select, and it fills in one of the spaces. See it? And then I'm going to hit that one and find another photo to print. Go into my photo roll. And let's see. I've been saving lots of stuff. See, here's Lucy. You can see these are the pictures from my New York. And look what I saved. This is Miss Christine. See, Christine, I saved your little... Oh, there is no E on the end of your... Earlier when I told you guys to follow the pink Barlow, I said there was an E on the end and I lied to you. Come on, camera. There you go. The pink Barlow. I just thought this was so cute what she did. She used little thickers and spelled out her name in rainbow thickers. This is her playbook page. I thought that was adorable. So I have all kinds of stuff on my, ooh, let's see if this will fit. Okay, so this one's going to be a different orientation. This is the announcement for Hopeful, which has a really sweet story. So I'm just kind of like squishing it so it will fit in there, and I'm going to use it as a little embellishment. I'm going to hit next. Everything is the same. I'm going to hit print, and then my little printer is going to print. You can hear it. So this is what I was hoping for, was a super simple photo process to make this crafting a lot easier on me. And for so long, I have feared and dreaded doing memory keeping because I thought it was going to be so hard to get things printed. I don't think this is the printing solution for all memory keeping, because I think there's a lot to be said for having like your photos printed by like an outside company when they'll print like a whole bunch of them at once. But for doing this, like it's little small one-off things, I'm in love. Absolutely in love. And it is printing like a little champ. My friend Tracy Claiborne just says she just loves this printer. It's her favorite, and because she's such a big memory keeper, I kind of take that. I take what she says, you know, very solemn. I understand that she's tried other printers and stuff. So when she said she loved it so much, I'm like, well, if you love it, then I'm sure I'll love it. So I'm going to give it a try, even though I own a photo printer already. But yeah, I have, see, there we go. So while that's printing, I'm just going to, it's already done. So I'm going to go and just use this. Isn't that fun? Oh, snap. I am going to glue some paper down. Just, okay. So the photo app is part of the Epson family. So there's 2 photo apps. This one's Epson Creative Print. And I had to figure that out. I did not realize that you actually have to use a separate app for this. So, yes. Oh, sorry. I was answering it wrong. Back home. Okay. So when you do the creative print, there's different ways to do your to print stuff. So they'll let you do like Instagram and Facebook. I have not experimented much. I've just been using the collage. So this is Epson Creative Print is the app. And then this is what I downloaded thinking this is what I needed for the printer. So this is the little printer app, but you can't do a collage from here. At least not, maybe you can. Oh, okay. That's what it is. I just didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so here's another app, which is Epson iPrint. And then there's this creative print, and then that takes you to the same thing that I was just showing you. So there was 2 apps. See what I'm saying? But you can just do the Epson iPrint. This is what the software tells you to download. So that's, and I thought, hey, I can't make this work. Okay, so here's my 2 photos. They print full bleed. So they print, you know, completely edge to edge. And where's need my glasses. I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to print this puppy out.
Cozy Perm wants to know if you're doing anything on the West Coast this year. 2020 is so far away.
It is so far away. We are doing a cruise in 2020. That has yet to be determined whether it's going to be a West Coast sail or another Texas sail or East Coast. We haven't. Miss Crafty Destinations is collecting input on that. So we decided to postpone the cruise we were going to do this year and have it for 2020 to give people more time to save. Oh my gosh, this whole time you guys have been looking right at all the answers. Don't look. Shame, shame. If you haven't finished your word search, don't cheat. So we decided to go ahead and postpone it till 2020, which I think is going to be easier on everybody to give everyone time to save up, and it won't, because she takes payments and all that. It won't be as hard to do that. So so isn't that pretty as a little embellishment? But I'm not gonna use it on that one. So here's that, and so the question was, is there any other events? So the glamping event that we're doing next month is probably my only 2019 event. That's all I'm doing. When after glamping is over, our glamping event is in Round Top, Texas, March 8th and 9th. And then we are headed towards California so that I can start working on creating the most amazing Camp Wannacraft you guys have ever seen. We're going to have an amazing 6-week crafting camp this summer. It's going to be bigger and better than Camp Reset. I'm very excited. I can't wait, and I hope that you guys are excited about joining me on that. It's an online adventure, so it's something that a lot of you would be able to attend and do with me. Okay, so I was thinking this big piece here was going to be better for like writing on. And I have different things to use for writing. So I have like this receipt. I bought these from Etsy. They're little Japan goodies. I'm trying to find something I want to use as a journaling. These are from the Reset Girl, my little collection from oh so long ago. I have many packs of these cards in my storage. I will be using them until I'm a little gray-haired old lady. Did I answer the question? It's very hard to stay on track. Sir? Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm messing with my paper here. For some reason in my eyeballs, I feel like the paper has to touch each other. Like it can't sit separately. It has to like be kind of trying to figure out how to do this. One thing that I tend to do too, if I can't make it work, is I'll do this, which to me is like a really great compromise. So instead of like attaching the photo to the paper, I'll like do it so it's kind of like an interactive little pocket. It's like here's a picture inside. I think I've bent that up. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to kind of cheat. I'm taking the cheater way out. Which that will be super fun. Look how cute that is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to cover this with paper and then put this little ripped piece of love this on here. And so finding the right little paper that kind of works with this orange and the sky, which the sky I'm not really married to. That can come out. So if I find something better in my little bag of tricks here. Okay, so I'm finding many scraps. Here's the other side of it. It's like this blue. But it's a different shade of blue, so that kind of bugs me. Don't be horrified. I've made an executive decision. I don't want to go with this paper after all. And just like that, it has been banished. Oop. Yeah, I am so in love with the ripping of the papers. It's definitely giving me life right now. Okay, so I'm gonna use this fun paper, which I love a whole lot more. This is Brighton Pier from Studio Calico, and this is like, let's see, like 5 years old. Yeah, it's from 2014, so it's practically an antique in the scrapbook world. It has given me a lot of joy though using this paper. I've used it for a lot of different planner inserts and dividers and stuff. Like I've used the heck out of it, and it definitely, I love it, love it, love it. This probably would have been smarter if I had actually glued the pocket, not the paper. Okay, so this is kind of one of those don't do as I do, wait, do as I say, not as I do. I probably shouldn't have done it this way, but it is what it is now. I'm too far into it, and that wasn't that bad. Okay, so I went ahead and I got it down. It's just not cut perfectly because I shouldn't have glued the paper that far down on the pocket. Isn't that a cute little sunburst though? I love, 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 love. Okay, so now the next idea I have here is to put this really cute little bit of clouds. Okay, so using my smarts this time, I'm going to glue Glue the surface that you're putting the paper on, not the paper itself. And then I'm doing this kind of like half and half. And now I'm going to flip it over and trim it up. Ah, okay. I'm really loving this so much more than what I had before. Okay, so now what I'm looking for now is okay, let me show you guys. Look at this amazing paper I got on Etsy. Isn't that amazing? It's all like this came from Gospel Hymns Vintage on Etsy, and all of the papers in here are from different books. They're in different languages. I don't really know what this language is because it could be multiple things. It could be Japanese. It could be... There's quite a few Asian cultures that use symbols, so I'm not sure. But I really love it. When I saw this on Etsy, I was like, oh, I have to have that. Especially because it's going to be so amazing for doing like when we go to Japan in April for our crafty tour. That's going to be fun. Like, I'm pretty sure this is Hebrew or Arabic. Again, I'm guessing. I'm going to say it's Hebrew. It's talking about Israel. And here's more. Isn't that, I just love the way this looks. It's so different and unique. I think I'm going to use this smaller sheet to be my little offset, kind of quirky, weird. I like doing quirky, having quirky paper. Whoops, that's the paper I wanted. It just makes no sense. Okay, so these little stripes are definitely competing for me, which means one of them's got to go. But I love this paper with such a passion, so let me see. Let me see if perhaps it's just, I can make something else work. I like this cork board. Okay, I think maybe it just needs to be like broken up and not so close. I don't know. Is that a yay or a nay? Sometimes I feel like I get too close to it and then I can't decide. Mallory says that she just did some crafting and got her first bingo. Way to go, girl. Victoria, you are asking, what is the Etsy name? So just to show one more time, this fun paper that's like in different languages and it's all authentic vintage is Gospel Hymns Vintage on Etsy. That is where this fun paper came from. Okay, so I think okay, I'm definitely going to take a poll. How do we feel about okay. I don't know what it is that bothers me. Maybe it looks better on sideways like that. Ooh, I like that. Now I covered up that problematic, for me anyway. Trying to decide, is that the answer? There's so many different ways to layer paper, you know. I'm trying to decide, what is it? It's funny to me how I can be doing this for hours, and as soon as I turn on the camera and go live, I'm like, I'm struggling. I can't make this work. What are we, like an hour into the show and I don't even have anything glued down yet? Okay. I'm just gluing it down. It's just gonna happen. I think this is, I can't tell what's right side up. I think that's right side up. I have an aunt who is Japanese. I'm gonna ask her if that's what this is, and if so, what does it say? She showed me her little collection of little books from Japan, and they're like little, they're not like romance novels, but they're like little, like, what do you call that? It's like a little, it's like little soap operas, I guess. I don't know what the best way to call them. She called them something, and now I can't remember what they were. But they're kind of like a little, they were like really small and colorful. They were really cute. So I'll ask her. She'll be my go-to on that one. Okay. So now I got this all glued down. And then I need some I have this little journaling sticker, but I need to find, I want to find some honeys. And she's going to win because she has this gorgeous teal dress on. So she wins automatically. So she's either going to go on like that, which I think that looks pretty good. I was actually going to cut her off so that she was just halfway on the pocket and half not, but now I think she's going to get the whole thing. So I'm going to trim this edge off to make it look like it's kind of like coming off the edge of this, and it's a little label. And this is from Grateful, one of my favorite collections. It's like a little button. And then this is where I start adding my little, these are just random stickers, literally random, that I grabbed. And they're like part of my stash now, and I've been really trying to use them up. Challenging myself to use them up in anything and everything. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks so good with that. Wonder if I could like peel that up. Okay. I'm not sure if I can do this. I need something sharp. Ooh, that's not gonna be. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make this look offset by cutting it off too on the edge, like that, and then like that. See, doesn't that look really cool? Okay. Okay, so here's probably where the journaling is going to go, and since I have this fun paper, I'm going to use this receipt probably to do the journaling on. Which means either the receipt needs a sticker or it needs some washi. This is one of my favorite rolls of washi ever. It is like so fun. It's like really mixed media. Isn't that fun? I love it so much. And the way it's oriented, it can go like horizontal or vertical, which is really cool. I love that about it, that it's... Faithful Planner Girl says, don't damage Professor Chicky. This is actually his girlfriend tonight. I don't know where my Chicky pin is. And yeah, that's a good way to damage him, isn't it? Okay, so I need... Oh, I cut that sticker up really good, didn't I? Okay, so I'm going to use another sticker on here and cut that off the bottom. Look at that. And then I'm going to add another sticker. Don't be afraid to like cut up your stickers and put things like off the edge like that. It's really a lot of fun. And then I've been using these old Craft Market stickers today. Perfect Home Sweet Home. That's the perfect one for this. And I am going to also use this one. Here, I'm going to swap these. This one's going to say Home Sweet Home because that's a little brown sticker and it'll blend too much with this, and now this is going to stand out. So here's a predicament. So I can stick this in here and just let that be the journaling that goes with my fun picture. Like that. Or I could leave that in there and leave this out here. The only thing about this placement is that to me this looks really weird having this paper. I don't know. I guess it's not weird if I can keep it on the outside of this line right here. Otherwise, I want to push the paper all the way off of it because it looks weird just having it inside. So I guess I'm going to let my eyeball use that line as the thing that's... I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say because I don't know why things like that bother me. I don't know if that's like just... it's like a design... A reason why design works certain ways because your eyeball sees something, but for me, my eyeball is seeing this line going through here. I need to put something on top of it, and that is going to be this. See how this washi line matches up with that line? When I talk about layering and stuff, like that makes me feel better. If I just kind of centered this paper inside of it, it would feel weird. It wouldn't feel as strong an image or as powerful. So another thing that I like to do with stuff I put in pockets is like stick a little handle on it, which is like adding some fun tabs. These are these cute little adored tabs, which I have not ever released. I think that would be fun. Probably on the back though would even be better. So I'm going to put it on the back of the card like so. And then I always put a staple through my tabs like that. And now that little tab's going to get a word strippy. And it's going to be, I'm going to trim this down so it fits better. But it says we love it here. My camera doesn't want to focus. Does that help my camera? Nope. Aha! That worked. So let me show you. So we love it here. See, it's like almost like this is like my house. And I took this photo. I didn't, but that's what it would seem like because it's in my little scrapbook. I bought these really fun little journal cards off of Etsy, and this would be fun to add. Oops, this would be fun to add like a journal card in that pocket if you wanted to. I also have other little journaling cards here. I'm just looking at this little piece. Like I would be willing to cut that out just for the sake of this amazing. I'm having some trouble here. These are old cards. I have like, let's see, where did I buy these from? Are these, I think these are Studio Calico and they're kind of old. But also fun. Like that wants to be in there, right? Isn't that super cute? I love this pattern with... That's too red. Sometimes I have like, I'll grab something like this to do my journaling on. That's fun. See, this is just fun to like stick fun stuff in the pockets. It doesn't really have to be be about anything. Just having that fun little punch of color, which I think that color is amazing. So I'm just throwing that in there. Okay, so the actual journaling is going to go on this. And I said I was going to use this, but then I didn't. I ended up going a different way. And now there's no real... Interesting. Okay. Oh, I had a lot of that paper sitting here. Okay, so what's not on here is I have no washi. So let me look through my washi collection. I have orange. I have, these are the ones I've been sort of reaching for a lot. This is like my favorite all-time washi is this one right here. So I'm probably going to go with that one. I bought this in this little bitty stationery store in Italy, and I bought every roll they had because I was like, I don't know. You know, sometimes something just grabs you a certain way and you just can't explain. And for me, I can't explain why I'm obsessed with this washi, but it will be a sad, sad day when I use it all up. Okay, so I'm just looking through here and seeing if there's anything. This is kind of fun. I don't really reach for this one very often. And it's got this fun little gold scallop on it. The little gold scallop is fun because it's being picked up in the gold text on my little sticker here. So you can see that. Okay, so I'm just gonna write a few lines. I'll fill it in later, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm not used to just, I don't know. I feel like it wants a little bit more. And I'm looking for my stamps, which are hidden. Ah, sorry everybody. Okay. I'm trying to find my stampy stamp. Okay, today is February 22nd. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. don't really know what else is in here. I'm just reaching into. Where is my stamp pad? I have a bit of a little mess going on here. On my hearts. So little stamping like this is so great for a layout because it kind of creates its own little texture. These are some stamps that I consider texture stamps. They give a little bit of like a little background. Kind of like this does, you know, what I was saying earlier about how that's what I specifically wanted in this book, because I love that so much, where it's kind of like this imperfect. Here's one of the stamps I love. It's just an imperfect little texture stamp, which I should probably add some of this to it. And I'm going to add it to the edge. I'm using brown. And I'm going to stamp. Am I stamping upside down? Okay. And a stamp like this is great because if you like mess up, it doesn't really matter. It's not meant to be perfect. Okay, I need a stamp block. Ah, Mr. Crafty's so sweet. He gets all my stuff set up for me, but now it's infiltrating on my craft supplies. I've been really feeling like my setup, as much as like it's helpful to have it set up this way, sometimes I feel like I still do not have enough room. Okay, so I'm going to add this little texture. And if I was a good craft girl, I would clean my stamp right away, but I'm not. I'm a bad stamp mom. I like dark brown because it's not as harsh. It's kind of a little softer. Let me see here. Where do I want this? Super. There we go. I really like how that turned out. This is from the Adored collection, which was definitely one of my favorites. And I'm really liking some of the little... This is from Meaningful, which is my all-time favorite. Got that one crooked, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna worry about it. It is what it is. But now I want to put a what did I do with? I want to put a actually I'm gonna use some of the Reset Girl. Do you guys remember these? The TRG Simple Stories. Time to plan. Okay. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of journaling so you can see that like I'm just going to keep writing so the rest of it will get filled in. So that is that page, and this is the prompt someday. which is, how fun is that? I think this is right here is like my favorite part of it. So I'm super glad I reversed myself and went a different direction, because this paper right here is just, gives me life. I just love it so much. So, woohoo! Awesome. Bessie says, I just moved on to another design and so far so good. So, of the girls who are working in their playbooks tonight, how many pages have we done so far? Because I know that I'm kind of like probably working a little slower than some of you guys are. So I'd love to hear how we're doing. Let's take a little, a read on what's going on. What are you guys up to? Who's making what? What are you crafting? How many pages have you done so far? This is what our Late Night Crafty Club is. It's a total opportunity for you to just be crafting, chiming in the chat room, being held accountable for your crafting. And Bessie, I'm so glad you're addicted, girl. I think this is what we're going to do at glamping, is just like, everyone bring your playbook and let's just finish up March. Let's get that all done, because it will be here before you know it. And I'm thinking for this page here, like this little journal card is like calling my name, and I want something to be cute on this page, as cute as this. Like, it needs to be amazing. So I want to make sure I leave this page open and not to like fold it behind, because I want to make sure I'm making this one is wonderful. So let's see what we have to work with. I decided I wanted to try some new things tonight. I should probably put these stickers back because they're mucking things up. So I bought some vintage books, and I was thinking like it would be fun to add some like fun little vintage stuff. You know, that stuff that I like. That library card got loose. Okay, I'm pulling stuff back in over here. So I'm going to just kind of start laying stuff out over here and see what kind of like takes shape, what is going on. Mallory says that she made a dashboard thingy. I love dashboard thingies. And she did one side that decorated. Probably going to switch to art journaling, do a page later tonight. It is 3 p.m. in Australia right now. B says she's putting washi samples in the little plastic book she referred to once. I believe... Is glamping sold out? Miss Paula, hopefully you're on and you can answer that question. Is this the washi book thing that you're talking about, B? This is my little travel washi book, which I adore. So when I go on my little travels, I just grab this little guy. It has all my little delicious washi. Miss Paula, please tell me you're on. And you could answer that question. 1 spot left. Thanks, Paula. Okay, so here's some fun paper that looks like that, kind of like distressed farm paper. Let me do this. I think I like it better without the... See, and these birdies are kind of competing with that orange. I feel like I need... I need birdies that are less compete-y. How about some woodpeckers? There's a kingfisher. I'm probably going to spend all this time looking at some birds to put in my page, and then I won't even use them. I saw somebody use something on my Pinterest board is some... Oh, I love little sparrows. Somebody had used some little birdies from a book, and I just thought it was so cute. But I don't need a whole bunch of birdies, just a few. Okay, so let's that's working for me so far, but let's see what else I got. I'm just going to grab a big hunk of this paper and see what do I got here? Maria is cutting out her focused bundle that you purchased. Thank you for supporting our shop. Justina has finished 2 pages and posted on Facebook. Awesome, Justina, which means that you can scratch that off your bingo. Angela is making puzzle books from puzzles in her local newspaper. Love this paper. That's going to work for me in there. Okay, so I think these are my... So it's either going to be that or, wow, that one feels a little bit better. I don't like that pink. I'm going to cover that up. And then, see, part of me wants to just grab that library card pocket again because it's such an, it's so easy. It's like an easy button. Doesn't that look fun? Oh, I don't even have a prompt for this one. So, let's look in our prompts. Our last spread of the night. Okay, so let's see here. My favorite things, numbers. Faith. Every day. Okay, so this page is coming together for me, and I'm going to tell you what is going on in my head right now. Although, didn't I just see the word? I did. Okay. I knew I wasn't imagining that. Oop, that one's going to get lost if I don't keep it together. Okay, so here are my thoughts. This one on faith. The thing that's sticking out to me is, if you're familiar with scripture, there is a scripture in there about how the Lord takes care of, like, even the sparrows are taken care of. The Lord plans even for them. And then 3 is obviously the number of, like, the Trinity. So I feel like this one's a good one for faith. Okay, so,
Just say hi.
aw, Justina. So, Libby is with you this evening. Is she crafting with you? I hope you're crafting with us, Miss Libby. I love when I hear that we have like some young members of the Crafty Club. Sometimes some ladies like to craft with their moms, which is wonderful. I wish I had done that with my daughter more often when she was little. But I welcome my young club members. Lidima says, that is one of my favorite passages along with Lilies of the Field. Teresa's multitasking. She's working on her planner from 2018, adding photos to it. Hi, Miss Shelley up in Washington. I'm going to be coming home this summer. I plan on being home from like May all the way to the end of September. I can't wait to come home. Awesome. So Libby, if you are crafting with us, I would love for you to share what you were crafting this evening and share in the group. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna rip the bottom. The theme of this for me today is like ripping my paper. I'm really loving it, and like the really imperfect way it looks. Okay, so I'm gonna, for me, this little pink stripey thing is not working, so I want to ditch that. And actually, I think I just made that harder for myself. Oh, I guess I could just go over the top of it. Okay, so I'm gonna glue up my paper. Okay, and now I'm gonna get some of my sparrows down. We're actually planning on doing something a little different with our camp this summer. I would really like to put together like a little package for you ladies that want to do camp with your daughters or your kids. So I've been kind of thinking about that, how we can do that so that you can purchase a package that would let you, print off multiple copies of the book and then have like little prompts and stuff that are meant for kids so that they could feel like they're camping too if you want. That is totally up to you though. I understand that sometimes this camp experience is your self-care time. It's your time to do stuff for yourself. But I wanted to make it available because I know a lot of you guys you have your kids at home because it's summertime, and it would be an easy button for you to have stuff to do with them that you don't have to think up ways to entertain your kids and don't hear yourself telling them to go outside and play for the millionth time. So it might be a fun bonding experience that you guys did summer camp together. So that is something I'm working on because I know that quite a few of you have school-age children, and it would be really fun for you to build some memories with them. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you and you're into that, I would totally love to hear in the comments so I get a feel of like, yes, I'm in. I would love that. Okay, so I had this love this paper earlier that I ditched, and now I'm thinking I like it. Although this does feel a little kind of like too tame and beige. It needs a little punch, so that this might not be the answer, and I might have to find a different paper to really punch up that little pocket. So I'm going to bring out some contenders. So that's a contender, is this black one. I have paper in this bin for like this goes back years. Some of this paper I've had for a long time. That one's still the winner so far. Ooh. Actually, I just saw the paper I like. I'm obsessed with this paper. I love using it so much. It's just such an awesome pop of color. Like right there. Boom. But I did something I shouldn't have done. And now I'm going to have to measure out some paper. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is cut it so I include this little strip right here. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it so that it will fit on my little pocket. I should have attached it to the paper first, the pocket first, and I forgot about that. Because I'm busy talking. You know how you get. So the question I had for the group, Hi, Miss Alice. We were just talking about the UK earlier, and I was telling everyone that we are planning a UK trip in 2020, and that would be something that you are helping us with because you are currently there. So, So I'm kind of not sure if I love this with this card now that I see it in action. But I'm going to, nonetheless, I think I'm going to do it anyway. It's not bothering me that badly. And I can always change the card if I don't love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this little pop of orange and pink down, which is like my favorite color combination of all time ever. And I'm going to see if maybe there is, this 3 was just kind of like, it went well with this, but it doesn't mean that it's the only answer. So I'm going to see what else I have in here that I love that bright green. This is one of my favorite journal cards of all time. I don't hate it. Kind of like it. And this is a fun journal card right here. It says evidence of happiness. And so the writing would be up here. So that could just be something I tuck in here, and I don't use a library card at all. So if I did this and I just did these 2 cards together, I feel like this part of my pocket is really kind of blah. And had I thought this through, I would have done this differently. I would have done my pocket first and then glued it down. But now this is where we're at. So I need to make a decision. I could make a mask of paper to go around it, and that way I could like stamp a pattern on it. Or I could make, like, see how a journal card is almost the same width and it has that curved corner? Like, that's a really good solution in my mind, because I don't mind that it has that strip, because when you put a journal card in there, it doesn't really show that much. And then you have a nice little pop of color. So I think that's what I'm going to do to solve my problem. And that was like a solution on the fly, which is something we all have to do when we craft. And sometimes we don't think through all the steps. Okay, I'm going to bring that up and then glue it down. Bye, Miss Alice. I love how you were here and there, in and out. Okay, so now that I have this, it's time to see if I can find a little circle. I want to put these are from Smitten. Do you guys remember Smitten? Actually, that's not true. These are the Faith. This is Smitten, but it's the faithful version of Smitten. I just realized that. No, it is. I reversed myself completely. It is Smitten, but there is a faithful version of it, and I do have it in my collection. I just thought that's what these are, but this is just the regular ones. So, I even have these cute little Sammies. So I'm trying to decide. This is going to be based on Faith is the prompt. I have this really cute little orange and pink circle. I think I'm just going to put that randomly up here. I want to put a circle, a layering circle on this, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I really like this one. This is from Adored, and it's kind of like a little scene, like a little illustrated grassy scene. If I do that, I can mix it with another like a gumball. I love Meaningful so much. I think it is the most delicious, gorgeous. Oh, it's my favorite collection ever. It's so good. Okay, here's the Faithful collection here. So what if I... see, that one says My Faith, which I think is pretty perfect. So I don't know why I'm holding on to this one so... Okay, so I have these two circle ones here that I really like. It is so fun using up my stickers. So this one's not going to pop, it's going to blend. That's kind of a problem. So I'm going to put these two up here together so it kind of echoes this color combo down here. And if I put these out here, then they're sort of... Ooh. Wow, that one already is grabbing the sticker. Like, it's like, I'm already married to this, pal. Okay, so what did I just say I was going to do? I was going to use these two cards. Okay, so that's going on here, but I still want to put something here. So I need a honey, because, let's see. I have a honey over here, so I'm going to put a honey over here. These are Meaningful die cuts. Maybe there's something on here. Do you guys remember these fun little pencils? These were one of my favorite stickers. I still reach for these. I still love them. And I feel like these lines in the paper are like really perfect. Okay. There's a pencil. I'm just putting a random pencil into my... Okay, so I have this gorgeous little set of flowers. I could put those on. So I'm gonna see if these flowers will work. Yep, they work. I'm cutting the edge so it'll look like it. Cut them all the way off. Mr. Crafty, did you want to come in here and entertain me?
Come in and entertain you?
Yes.
I'd be happy to.
See, look, here's one of the stickers I have. Introvert time.
My chat room went away.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's 10:30.
Wow, we are 2.5 hours out from the start of the show, which I'm not sure what time it was when I started. But yes, I completely get enmeshed in here. So Dion is asking, when are you going to do a Faithful Club? And I'm curious, Miss Dion, if you knew, like, do you mean like have a Facebook group, Faithful Club? Because I do have a Facebook group that's for faith. It's the Faithful Life Club. Or do you mean a live event for that Faithful Club? Because if that's the case, that's a different question.
I believe she means a live broadcast.
Because if you were talking about the live broadcast, I am going to get one on the calendar. For sure. I will get it on the calendar, and I'll post in the Faithful Life Club that there's one scheduled. So you guys will know in advance. I've been trying to be good about letting you guys have as much time as possible. I was giving like 2 weeks notice about the late night Crafty Club. So I am... Okay, so I'm using this one that says there is no one like you, which is talking about our Lord. I'm going to put that right there. I think that's a good spot for it. So you've been doing really good on getting the getting links and stuff in there, sir.
I have been. I'm on fire. My fingers hurt.
You've been typing like the wind.
I have. I've been impostering someone.
You've been an imposter?
I have been. I've been impostering you.
Oh, that's right. Because when you do that, you're the reset girl, huh?
I am. Dion says, and yes, a live event.
Okay. What did, do you remember what the genie said on Aladdin? He'd say, like, something never duplicated. He would, remember that song? You ain't never met, never had a friend like me. And he said, often duplicated, but never.
Yeah, that's been a long
Right?
time.
When's the last time we watched Aladdin?
We have never watched Aladdin.
Well, no, you and I did never watched it. But I have watched that movie so many times. That's one thing that's kind of funny that you don't think about. Like, you know, when my daughter was that age, I watched The Little Mermaid more times than I could count, and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. Those were the movies that were like out when she was really little. So you just watch that stuff because, like, you're a mom and that's what you do. You put your time in and watch your kids' favorite movies with them. And then one day they grow up and then you never, ever see those kind of movies ever again.
B says I should put my hands in milk since they're on fire.
Okay, so here we go. Here's this spread. So this is about my faith, which I will journal on this card. I'm just getting it set up, and I have this fun little trifecta of journal cards in here. I probably, let me see here. I got some more.
Hello, Shelly.
So here's one that says, Thy will.
When you were reading Bessie's comments earlier, I was chatting with her because she was having some problems with her silhouette. So
Oh, that
I was
silhouette.
helping her via the help desk, and now she says she is having such a blast cutting out her silhouette files.
Yay!
And I lost my man card because I like cutting out stickers too.
That's why she's on fire now, because she's drank the silhouette Kool-Aid. The next thing we know, you're going to have a sticker shop. Okay, I think that's fun. I like it. It has just enough little color.
The long-contained, often imitated, but never duplicated genie of the lamp.
Thank you, Miss Whimsy Explorer. I could not remember it, but never duplicated is all I can remember. And all that to say... That's how I feel about the Reset Girl. You could try to be me, Mark Speaker. Okay, so yes, there is 2 pages down. That just took me 2.5 hours. Just kidding. I know it didn't take me 2.5 hours because I was doing other things first. Do you remember what time I started?
No, I do not.
You guys, look, I feel so proud of myself. So I have my whole February done.
Woo-woo!
Woo-woo! I feel accomplished because Lord knows I know how to host a challenge, but I don't even do my own challenges. I just
Too busy hosting.
Exactly. I just like throwing parties for you guys. I just don't actually like going to the party. So I am super, super proud of myself. I even did my memory keeping layouts, which, you know, I was a little intimidated to do them, but with this new little photo printer, I feel really empowered. So And here's my little gratitude message for today. Today's a crafty day with LNCC friends. So blessed to have a community. And then, okay, so here's one thing I can do is we can wrap up our crafty playtime by...
Kesey says those look amazing.
Okay, let's do this strong now, guys. We're gonna... Oop. I am wrapping up my evening by finishing strong. I want to get these squares completed. I decided yesterday when I was looking at this that I really don't like this spread because it's so blah with all like this same colors. So I want to like have something fun and whimsical. So I am basically gonna make this a fun little patchwork of paper. And oh, also the other thing I wanted to do while I was on the show is I'm gonna knock out one of my wow, I almost thought my chair was gonna go over the edge there. Okay, I gotta get up my camera. Okay, so I have a camera in my way right now, so it's kind of awkward to take this photo, but I'm taking it. And okay, so now I'm going.
Night, Melissa.
Good night, Melissa. See, look, I'm live right now. And look, there's the little picture I just took. How fun is that? Ah, the magic of technology. Okay. Oops. I need to follow the rules. Okay. Okay, so here's the post where you're going to share the stuff that you made. And I'm going to share the picture I just took. Oops. What I made during the show. Okay, so I posted. Therefore, I get to knock out another one of my... See, I get to do 2 because I shared a spread and I posted in the club, y'all.
Yo.
That's what I like. That's called double duty.
I'll cut you with this bingo sheet, yo.
Wow, that's like a crossover of inside jokes. I'm not sure if we can handle it. Oh, this is old. So, I am just randomly grabbing paper. Okay, so those are the 2 that I get to... Oh, almost covered something. I didn't have a planning sesh, so I can't take credit for that one.
Should we do one real quick?
What?
A
planning sesh so I can cross that one off.
I'll do it with you.
You know,
what should we plan?
What should we plan?
Let's plan tonight's show. Okay,
let's plan. Well, I plan for it to be over 2.5 hours.
I'm going to say cover up the word search answers. You're doing it again.
Darn it! I'm the worst. Oh my gosh. Everyone, look away. Look away. Now, I know that this is a very honest group, and I know how many of you really want to sincerely find those answers yourself and not have it handed to you. I know that that's the kind of group we have here. I know that I get competitive in my own head, and I like really want to find the answers on my own. Oh, I better put these aside. So I'm going to make sure I don't lose all my prompts because they're getting smaller and smaller. Okay.
B says it's a cute way to use up your stash.
Isn't that more fun than the little orange scribbles I had going on?
Kelly said grab the planner and write something.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. From 2015, I found my little Kate Spade. This was my goals for 2015. I wanted to have 10,000 followers on Instagram. I wanted to have 3,000 subscribers to the resetgirl.com. I wanted to have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we wanted to make wanted to make $15,000 for the year at the Reset Girl shop. Aw, that's adorable. I just found this in my paper stash.
Wow.
That's like, dude, that is as old school as it gets. We still lived in our apartment. That was before everything. That was
back when you had to look at me.
when we shared an office space.
If we're going with inside jokes.
We will not, because that inside joke makes me look bad. Although I know you love to tell it.
Keisha said she's loving that square punch.
Isn't this punch fun? I have another one too that has like a little tiny scallop around it, so it's like a little stamp.
I have one too, Keisha. We have matching square punches.
So together it'll make a stamp. Okay, so I'm getting down to the bottom of my... This is another paper I love so much. It's like brick on one side and this really fun geometric on the other. Here's a little bit of the map. Okay, so posted in club, and then I did a paint. I feel on top of the world. I feel very accomplished right now. Here's a Reset Girl Simple Stories paper. Okay, so I only have to do one more post in the club and my planning sesh to be done. So I'm going to glue those down, those little bad boys down, and then add some word strips to make it more fun. Oh, you know what I could do, actually, to make this even more fun, is incorporate some of these fun little gumballs. Yeah. Let's do a 3-hour show, right?
You're showing the word search answers.
Darn it! You guys, I'm the worst. The worst.
We could just pull that page out when the show's over. You know? I mean, it is removable.
Pish posh. Okay.
Pish posh.
Okay, that was probably a little bit too much of the square and the circle. Let me see. It might be too late. Is it too late? It is not too late! Okay, let's try that again. So
I've heard it's never too late.
It is never too late to reset your sticker.
That can be used so many ways.
It can. It's very multifunctional. Mm-hmm. There's that one, and this time I'm going to use not that one. Ooh, this one. I'm going to use my little hexie. Oh my gosh, way cuter. I think this music is quite lovely because it's like getting you all ready for bed. It's like very relaxing. It's like a nice...
I want to climb up on the bed.
You're like, I'm ready for sleep.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, that one's already glued down. I'm so happy right now. This little Crafty PlayBook is such a little dream come true for me. This is what I wanted for my craft life, was to have something that I could, you know, like have something to show for my craft time at the end of the year. I can like have a whole album full of projects that I did. And then, you know, come December, we'll be sitting there and we'll be like, all of us will be turning the pages of our book. All the pages.
Paula said so cute.
We just need to stay vigilant.
Kelly said I'm loving this.
To get it down.
B says, I love hearing you two laugh and joke. Gotta have humor in relationships. Indeed. But mostly Mr. Crafty is the funniest person I know. Oh, wait. You can see her
Oh, wait.
comment.
I'm not quite sure that's what she said. Well, you're the funniest person I know, if that makes you feel better.
Wow.
And Kelly, I'm proud of you that you're here, that you stayed the course. It's like having to go to a work party. When you're like, yeah, I'm so sick of the boss. Okay. And who knew that gluing all these little squares would take so long? But
Angela said that's quite the ad-lib. The best ad-lib I've ever heard.
That's high praise. Because Angela is very funny. Angela, you're the funniest texter I know. You have the best text messages. True. The longest and the best.
A lot of them are show Mark worthy.
Yes, I'm like, Mark, look at this text. It's like 3 pages. But I always say it with reverence of what a good friend that is to send such encouraging messages.
I need to sneeze.
Oh, Lord. Back up. Go in the other room, please. Mark has the loudest sneezes. And I'm a very, like, sometimes I think I'm a very high-strung person. So I feel like a cat that you know how cats in cartoons they jump up to the ceiling with their little claws in the ceiling. Shudder. That's what I feel like Mark does to me with his sneezes.
Especially when I don't warn you.
My mom sneezes like that my whole life. She does the same thing to me. And then I find it hilarious that I marry a man with sneezes exactly like my mother.
Lori, you can get the playbook at CraftyClubPlaybook.com.
Okay. Look at this, you guys. This is so much cuter. I'm sorry to toot my own horn, but toot toot. I'm glad I thought of this because I want to have this little playbook and just be like, it's delicious. And I'm sorry, but this orange marker, it was just not making my heart sing. It just looked kind of bleh. And how come I'm short a square? Did I lose something? You guys. Oh, man. I think I glued one down. Yes. Darn it. Okay. I gave myself credit for that one when I didn't really earn it. So I did color a honey with paper. So why am I missing some squares? I feel like maybe I lost. Oh, I did. It fell. And I'm sure some of you were like, Corey, it fell. Because you guys are friends like that. You guys are the kind of friends that if I walked out of the bathroom with toilet paper stuck to my shoe, you would tell me. If I had something in my teeth, you would let me know.
Wow, a voice. I don't hear them actually singing.
I know, we got some actual crooning up in here.
Emily, we're not sure when the t-shirts are going to be available international yet. We need to figure some things out.
If you are interested in a t-shirt, you can go to theresetgirl.com. Mr. Crafty got some stuff set up for that. Our international friends have to wait a little longer because the shipping is a little bit more complicated than we thought. Okay, here's my last one to do. I'm going to post in the club again so that I can legit have that. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hate having that little shadow, but I got the camera that's filming me. Okay. All right, so I have everyone watching me. Second post. And it's another bingo. Okay, live in action. So, planning sesh is my last one. I am in love. Look how cute that is.
That is cute. I want one for myself.
That's so much better. So, my January one, I don't know if it's like too late for... I don't know if it's too late for you,
It's
Jane.
never too late, Corey.
So, see what I did here? I did the same thing. I used markers, and now I have learned a valuable lesson. I think it's more fun just to fill them in. To me, I'm not going to look back and go, you know, what prompts did I complete? It just matters what's left. So I think just having this page, just having that is fun. Okay, so once again, everybody, let's look through our pages, and I feel so darn good right now, you guys. You know, I have struggled a lot with crafting in the last few years and not really doing it. And I feel like this book has just lived up to all of my expectations. It was exactly what I hoped for. So here's my January section. So I need to finish these girls. I need to do my maze. I'm going to actually fill all this in, and then I'm going to do this layout. I did this today. I did this one. I started this one. So I only have one. I have 3, and then I'll be done with all of the ones in January.
Sweetness.
It really is. If I could, like, effectively high-five myself. B says, too legit to quit. I agree. I feel like doing a hammer dance right now.
A hammer dance? I want to see a hammer dance.
And
I don't know what a hammer dance is.
It's going to get fluffier and fluffy.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
So this is going to be a beast by the end of the year when I have all my other editions in here. We're going to be coming out with the spring edition. So each edition will have the same cover. So you're going to stay with the cover, and then you'll just keep adding on your spring and then summer. So what I'm probably going to do is make a divider for myself and separate them. So there'll be either 4 dividers or 12 dividers. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards, to be honest with you, I'm leaning towards the 4. Is just having one for each season. So, but this is the goal, girls, is to really fill up our playbooks, get them fluffy, and have something, you know, to look back on. Like, look what we did in the Crafty Club this year. We were on fire. So the other, is it possible to flip this around?
Yeah, put it back on you.
Yeah, just real quick.
Just keep talking.
Okay, so the other craft initiative, and I've mentioned this in the last Late Night Crafty Club, is I'm going to be posting in the Crafty Club group very shortly about the card making. I'm looking for a card making brigade of crafty girls who want to help. Hang on.
The widows.
The widows. My lipstick is so dry right now. I'm like, yeah.
Turn the music off since you're thoughtfully talking.
Yes, I am thoughtfully talking.
Okay.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me get my.
We need the lipstick.
I'm sorry. It's a.
Can I borrow that when you're done?
Here you go. I don't really feel that this is like.
It's not my shade.
I don't really feel like it's your shade. I think that you would be better off with more of a plum. I think you're a cool, Mark. Okay, so let me get my Big Bird sweater on. Okay, so thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is like the best sweater. It's like being wrapped up in a little blankie. Okay, so Beverly asked, is that a 1-inch punch cutter? If you were talking about my little square cutter, it is a 1-inch square. It's one of the EK tools. And I believe this to be on my favorites page. Kelly just announced that we're going to be doing, for the Paper Punch Buffet, they're going to be squares are going to be coming out shortly.
You didn't go back far enough. Paula said, I'm having too much fun, craft all night. And then the important one was Angela, who said, is that the Hammer or MC Hammer dance? Because there's a big difference.
MC Hammer dance.
MC Hammer.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
So,
whoa.
so then back to what you were saying about the widow's cards.
So Miss Craig, we were talking to her the other day. She comes and visits us frequently in the RV, which we love having her here. And we were sharing with her about this amazing community and how I'm looking for a few good men, basically, to join me in a card making brigade so that we can make cards for her widows. She has about 140 widows in her group, and 4 times a year, she sends them a birthday card, a Valentine's card, an anniversary card on the day of, for their anniversary of her and her husband, and I believe a Christmas card. So when she was sharing that with me, I really felt God put it on my heart that, you have this amazing community, Corey. And this is one of those kind of service project opportunities where we can use our craft skills for something amazing. Imagine what that would feel like to open a card that's handmade for you. And, you could put a little sentiment in it, just thinking of you. So we're going to create a little fun card maker kit, a little kit that has different little expressions to kind of help make it easy to write out the card. So you can either print them and cut them and paste them in there, or you can just write it out, stamp it. But we're going to make a little card making kit, and it's going to be free, because what we're going to ask of you is that you make these cards, and I'm actually going to have some live shows just to support that initiative. Probably not going to do it in the Late Night Crafty Club. But I'm going to actually create a whole new live little show just for that initiative. So you get some extra craft time, time with me, because that's my way of thanking you and supporting this initiative myself. And we're going to make cards together. And Miss Craig is hoping that some of you might feel about going the extra mile and putting in a little $5 gift card in there for the birthday cards, and then everyone will mail their cards to Miss Craig here in Dallas, Texas, and then she will distribute the cards to her widows. She will mail them off when the time comes. So that is kind of in a nutshell what I'm doing, the call I'm going to put out to the community, and not just the Reset community, but I'm going to post it on Instagram. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you have crafty friends, Miss Paula, you girls in the Crafty Saturday crew, any of you have church friends that you guys, this is a great way to use up your stash, stuff that you don't reach for as much, and just use it up in some cards. I'm going to ask my team to demonstrate some very easy ways of making cards so that it doesn't feel overwhelming to you or scary. I know that's a lot of pressure. We're going to show you different ways of making cards so you can do things simply. And if we put out a little card making kit, you don't have to think through so much about well, what should I have it say? I mean, obviously there are simple sentiments like Merry Christmas and, what did I say they were? The 4 cards. It's their anniversary, the birthday, Christmas.
Valentine's is one.
It's Valentine's. Okay. So we got to Miss Craig and her little team, and me and Mr. Crafty, we helped them put on the tea that she throws for Valentine's Day. And I would say there was probably about 36 widows there. And it was a lot of fun. I thought a lot about my mom the whole time. And, my mom is such a strong, resilient person, doesn't let us, didn't let us see her cry. I feel like she just kind of maintains, she's very Miss Positive, and she focuses entirely on how blessed she was my dad didn't suffer, how blessed he was to have all of us with him. Like, that's what she's been like the whole time. And yet I know, like, just watching them, some of them have lost their husbands, you know, like maybe 10 years before, and yet Valentine's Day and their anniversary comes and it's still this ache in their heart. They still miss their sweeties. And I just got my sweetie. I've only had you for like 5 years.
Still new and shiny.
He's new and shiny. He still has the new car smell. So I can only imagine how that would feel. So I just feel like with the sweet girls I have in this community, with how wonderful you guys are, I feel like this is just the perfect opportunity for us. And I would really love, you know, for some of you to be thinking about like how you can kind of bring alongside your daughters, your sister, your mom, just creating a little card making brigade at home. And again, I will be putting together like some live shows to support the initiative so we can, you know, craft on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon and do that. And Kesia says, Christ hands extended. And it absolutely is. This is very much that opportunity for us to really walk out our faith, to do something kind. Whatever your beliefs are, this is us being kind and thinking of women that a lot of times I think they feel that they're forgotten. And for us of the Christian faith, it's right there in black and white about how God cares about his widows, how important it is to remember widows. So this is our opportunity to do that. So I'm really excited about it. And I have some really cute little posts coming up for you to remind you of what this is going to be like. And I just think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome for us to get to do more than, you know, do something more than just do our crafty playbooks together. So Liama says 2 of her friends have recently lost their husbands, and it is like, it just really, especially as we start getting older, it just really reminds you of how precious life is and how quickly someone can go. And no, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So this will be a fantastic way for us to really use our skills and our stash. And for those of you who have not made cards before, I have not made cards before. I'm not a card maker. I wouldn't call myself that at all. But I'm excited. So I'm going to keep the supply list very simple. I'm going to come up with ways for you. Here's like the least expensive sources I have found for cardstock. We all need to get our hands on some cardstock, probably a bone folder if you want to get a little fancy. And then just really, you know, using up our stash. But I'll give you guidelines and all of that. So it'll be simple. And it is now officially, let's see, 11 o'clock. So did that seem right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. All of our
it's
things.
11.
Okay. So it's been 3 hours?
Yeah.
Seems like it was longer than that. Like maybe...
because we're hungry.
We're always hungry. Okay, my friends. Thank you so much for my live participants, my girls in the chat room. 3 hours of a show. And I know that I am like the Reset Girl videos are not a fit for everybody, because there are some people who would just, there's no way they would sit through a 3-hour show. However, I know that my people, the people that like need to have something like this, that they just don't have anyone in real life to craft with, that even if you're watching this as a replay, for some of you, this feels like you're crafting with a friend. And that is the entire reason why I do this. I was alone for a good 20 years of my adult life, and I know what it felt like to be alone on a Friday night, the majority of my life. So that's why we do this show. So you have someone to craft with, you have someone that just feels like you're there with, and I welcome you into my little craft space with me to do this as often as I can. I will be introducing some new shows like Crafternoon with Corey, and what was that?
I'm getting ready to play the song.
Oh, okay. He's getting ready to wrap it up. And I showed earlier about how we're going to have a new Facebook group, the Reset Girls Healthy Life Club. So that will have its own little live show that I'll do on YouTube so that we can talk about our little struggles and try and encourage each other, because it's hard. It's hard. But I love your little faces, and I'm so honored that you guys give up your time to hang out with me and choose me as your Friday night entertainment. And I just hope that so many of you guys show up again and again, and that's how we become family. So this is just more than crafty playmates and crafty fun. This is like our crafty family here. And we're about to embark on a whole new card making adventure that's going to bless the socks off
Amen.
A bunch of women who
Yes.
who just feel alone and sad. And so that will give us a great opportunity to do good. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sitting through this replay and not even get to be part of the live. But I hope one day that you will be able to make that work in your schedule and enjoy, even if it's just for a bit.
And the cards are going to be year long. It's not just like
this
one-time
exactly
event.
Right. So our card making brigade is not just a one-time event. It's going to be something we do all year long. So I'm committed to doing more live shows to support that, so that we can so that you guys are encouraged too, and that you feel like you have someone to help motivate you to get those cards made. So it's the least I can do. So oh, Chandra, I'm glad you're gonna be able to watch the replay. You're just catching me saying goodbye. But I love your I love that you guys show up and your loyalty to the show, and I'm gonna keep on doing it as long as we're all showing up for it. And I hope that you guys all get good rest. Get rested up this weekend. Try and do some self-care. Take care of yourselves. Mark and I will be continuing to pray for you ladies. Thank you so much for being part of our lives, for giving us this opportunity to speak into your lives and have fun with you guys. I will be seeing you in the next Late Night Crafty Club. Look for theresetgirl.com/events for our calendar, and I will be updating that very soon. Bye, Playmates. Bye, Crafty family.
And bring your dollies 3.
Bye, everybody.
Up my apple tree. Look down my rainbow. Slide down my cellar door. And we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh, play.
Bye, everyone.
Come out and play with
Love your
me.
faces.
And bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree. Look down my rainbow. Slide down my cellar door. And we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. Say, oh, playmate, come out and play with me. And bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree. Look down my rainbow. Slide down my cellar door. And we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. Say, oh, playmate, come out and play with me.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Climb up my apple tree. Climb my tree. Look down my rainbow. Slide down my door. And we'll be friends forever. Say, oh, play loud. Come out and play with me. And leave those dolls at home. You can come along. Look down my rainbow. Slide down my cellar. And we'll be friends forever. 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 Look down my rainbow. Slide down my door.
I wish I could sing like that.
I know, right? Well,
I sound like that in my
not the band version.
Bye, everybody. Love your faces. Mwah.